My name is Lukey. I'm reporting ringside for EPWPerth.com. Let's talk about the night that's just happened, Desperate Measures. As you can see, there is a 15-foot steel cage behind me. This isn't computer graphics, this is real. We had one of the biggest matches in the history of EPW. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. I'm gonna make you sit through all the other matches first. Oh yeah, you're gonna get yourself a bit of a lesson. Let's talk about the first match of the night. The European Union stepped in the ring with the Juronauts. It was a pretty devastating match. The European Union finally picking up a victory over Jamie Jura. Marcus Pitsinopoulos got to pin his shoulders to the floor. Unfortunately, the reason Jamie lost was due to an inadvertent hit from Dan Moore, his partner. Now, Jamie Jura took exception to this. He felt that Dan may have done it on purpose. He felt that Dan was against him, and he turned all his aggression onto Dan Moore, and man, was the outcome brutal. Kick after kick after kick to the face of Dan Moore. Jamie Jura, the man has snapped. What the future holds for these two, well, let's just say a loser leaves EPW match. Oh, have I said too much? Probably not. Let's just say it's coming soon to this ring near you. Also, Brad West and Jack Burbank, it all came to loggerheads. Jack Burbank basically said, I want revenge. I want a match with you, Brad West.
Are you man enough to face me one-on-one? You see, Brad West, I'm about to make all of your dreams come true because I challenge you to a wrestling match.
Brad West said, you can have it if you can get through my bodyguard, Big Vin. Now, of course, Jack Burbank was ready to wrestle, but Brad West had no intentions of letting that happen. He hit Jack Burbank with a low blow, causing Jack Burbank to get the victory by DQ, so it means the match is on. However, Brad West viciously attacked the knee of Jack Burbank after the match. Let's hope he's going to be ready for action by reawakening when they will finally step in the ring together. Next up was a brutal four-way matchup. We had Damian Slater, Devlin Reeves, Richter, and Nate Dooley. Now these men beat the hell out of each other. It was one hell of a matchup. Unfortunately for Richter, just as he was about to walk away with the victory, out came Chris Weiss and attacked him. Richter chased him to the back. He was out of the matchup, leaving just Nate Dooley, Devlin Reeves, and Damian Slater. Damian Slater did everything he could to capitalize and walked away with the victory. Then the EPW tag team titles were on the line. It was the Fighting Hellfish stepping into the ring against the #1 contenders, Ferguson Block and the Fallen Angel Azazel. This match was very evenly paced. These guys, they took it to each other. FN Carnage and CJL really attacked them, jumping to the outside, doing all they could, but then out of nowhere, CJL knocked off the apron by Ferguson Block through the announcer's table. And then, while the referee was distracted, in came that pain across the head of FN Carnage, and unfortunately, it meant a loss for the Fighting Hellfish and brand new EPW Tag Team Champions in Azazel and, of course, Ferguson Block. Next up in action, it was Jose Del Santo. That's right, Mr. Ole. And he was taking on Chris Weiss. This one was a complete shocker because Chris Weiss was dominating. And then out of nowhere, Jose Del Santo rolls him up, scores the big victory. I couldn't believe it myself, but it was great. Jose Del Santo, huge victory, putting himself on the map. Chris Weiss wasn't happy with that and delivered not one but two devastating tombstone pile drivers until out came Richter, charging for Chris Weiss and chased him away. And then it was time for one of the final spots in the NWA Australian tournament to be decided. Davis Storm and Bobby Marshall going one-on-one. Now Davis Storm and Bobby Marshall, they beat the hell out of each other.
Yes! Yes!
This match went to the full 30 minutes. They delivered scissor kicks from Bobby Marshall, Eye of the Storm from David Storm, Rolling Storm, even an Eye of the Storm to the outside. Unfortunately, the time ran out, so the match was declared a draw. However, David Marquez from the NWA ruled that seeing as neither man lost, they would both have a spot in the NWA tournament against each other, so a victor would finally be decided between the two men. Then came time for our main event. The EPW title was on the line inside a 15-foot steel cage. Jimmy Payne, the champion of 16 months, putting it all on the line, and this match was one of the greatest in the history of EPW. These two busted each other wide open. They did everything they could until finally Shane Haste jumped from almost 20 feet in the air. One of the biggest frog splashes I've ever witnessed. Landed right on Jimmy Payne and crawled out of that door to have his arm raised in victory. That's right, a new EPW champion. After almost a year and a half of Jimmy Payne holding the gold, Shane Haste is your new champion. If you missed it, shame on you. It'll teach you never to miss a show again. For all your latest news, head to epwperth.com, or to get your tickets, head to ticketmaster.com.au. My name's Lukey, reporting for epwperth.com. I hope to see you right here at our next show.